Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a alien tutorial. This tutorial is a little special to me because I am doing it in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This fall, Rethink Breast Cancer is having their 14th annual Booby Ball, and for the first time ever, they're having their first one in Ottawa, so I'm really excited about it. This look is inspired by their upcoming event in Ottawa, which has the theme of Planet Booby, so very intergalactic space theme. So it really inspired me to not only make a Halloween tutorial, but also something that you could wear to this event. Here I'm just taking a shadow to put into the crease and upper crease just to give a transition shade. I'm using the Vice 3 palette in the shade Undone. Now I'm taking the Urban Decay Electric palette. So this is the main palette that I'm using for the entire tutorial. I love this palette. The shades are so pigmented and so bright. They're fun for Halloween and whenever you want a more colorful look. So the pink shadow that I'm taking and pushing onto the lid space is called Savage, and I'm just pushing that onto the lid and then also blending it upwards. Next I'm going to take the shade Jilted, which is like a light purpley pink shade, and just start adding some dimension. And then going in with Urban, which is more of a deeper purple, really intensifying the look on the outer V and also blending it outwards onto the temple. I went ahead off camera and did my liner and lashes. I'm using the Ardell Double Ups in 105. After that, right now, I'm just mapping out the areas that I'm going to be creating for the alien look. I'm just taking a white face paint for this and just tracing out the edges. And I recommend doing this with a white or a nude. You can also use an eyeliner, just so if you make a mistake or you don't like the line, you can change it afterwards. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to be filling in each section differently. So the middle section, I'm going to be taking a dark blue shadow, which is called Chaos from the Electric palette, and starting it off. Then moving on to the Urban shade, which is the deep purple, and keep on filling it in, adding that gradient effect. Moving on to Jilted, and then finally Savage at the tip. And then you're just going to skip a row and do that all the way down the face. Here I'm just taking the shadows that are on the temple and attaching it to the eye look, so it looks like it flows completely out. For the remainder of the stripes, I'm just taking a white face paint and putting that all over the areas. I have to use a couple different brushes for this because the smaller the stripe gets, the smaller the brush I need. I also had the worst face paint of all time. I got it at my Halloween store and it was horrible. It was really hard to work with. So try and find one that has like a really good, even consistency. On camera, it actually looks a lot better than it did in person. Alright, so I probably look a little strange, but what I did was I just took a stocking and that had the fishnet, like a fishnet stocking, and I tied it around my head, and basically what I'm doing is I'm using this to guide me for my circles. So wherever there's the eyeshadow, I'm going to take that white face paint and cover those circles, and wherever there's the white face paint, I'm going to do the exact same gradient effect with the eyeshadows. This is pretty time consuming, but the effect is unreal. It looks so cool and I love the way it came out. So it is definitely well worth it. after it is completed, this is what it looks like. The results are so cool. I love the way it turned out. This is definitely a really, really good trick to have. Next, I'm just taking some white face paint and just kind of using my fingers to blend it out all over my skin. I want to make my skin tone a little bit lighter, but I don't have any that light in foundation, so I just use my face paint. Here I'm just taking that pink Savage shade and contouring my nose. I bring it all the way down and I do a pretty thick line. I also start at the tip of the upper eyebrow where the dots kind of finish. Now I'm just checking myself out, just making sure everything is lined up properly. For the lips, I'm using the Chaos shadow to kind of line the outer portions of them, and then going in with Urban and Jilted and just doing the exact same thing that I did with the face portion and just keeping it very gradient, and in the very center adding that hot pink Savage shade. I felt like my lower jaw chin area needed some color, so I'm just taking the same shadows and doing the same gradient effect, kind of like a lower contour, and just putting it all over the jaw. And then in the center of the chin, I take more of the hot pink shade. Now this part is completely optional, but I decided I wanted to have some color on my body as well. So I'm just sculpting out my collarbones. I really don't have defined collarbones, so this was a little bit challenging for me. But I just take the dark blue and the purples and the pink and kind of just do the same gradient effect inwards in a triangle above the collarbone. And then I take the white face paint and create the collarbone white. On the center of my chest and all the way up my neck, I also put it white, and then underneath the collarbone, I keep defining it with the darker shadows, transitioning into the pink. I really like the way this turned out, and then I free-handed the dots, so they weren't very specific, they weren't as neat as the face portion, and if you wanted it to be that neat, you definitely could. You just have to have the stencil. Now I'm just adding blue to my hair, which didn't work out because my hair is so dark, so I felt like you couldn't really see it, and the smell was so strong I didn't really do that good of a job. But you can definitely add blue or pink or whatever color to your hair, or keep your hair normal. Going in with the Savage shadow again, I'm just connecting the outer temple area on the bottom lash line, and then I also added a little bit of mascara, but not very much. After that, this look is complete. I hope you guys enjoyed this alien-inspired Halloween makeup tutorial. And if you want more information on Rethink Breast Cancer and Planet Booby, the Booby Ball event, I will have their links in the description box, so please be sure to check it out. It's an amazing cause and such a cool event. I'm so excited to be attending it. And please make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks, guys.